We finally left the confines of the marina. We waited for an outgoing tide to give us a push downriver. We had to radio ahead so that the fishhook bridge could be opened for us to pass underneath, and then we headed on down towards Monroe Bay where we would spend the evening. Robson and Carol are on the front of the boat. They're going to be in charge of dropping the anchor, and myself and Dan are going to be
I'm in charge.
In the warm seat.
I'm in charge.
Birthday boy's just got up. He's got his present. I'm just about to make him a cup of tea. Happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
75 today.
75, yes. Going on 90.
Hopefully it's not going to rain all day, and we've organised you a tour of the oil refinery for later.
Oh, lovely. That'd be very nice. Thank you so much.
Well, we've just launched. Who we just launched?
Dave.
Dave the dinghy. We've christened him Dave.
Hey, that's good.
Do you need to clunk it every time?
Yes, gotta go down. That would be good exercise, something like that, Joe.
Can't we attach it somehow to the generator and do it quicker? Believe it or not, we finally inflated the paddleboard and took it out for a spin. Fear of falling in was made greater by the fact that the water was freezing cold, but miraculously, we both managed to make it back to the boat without getting wet. As evening fell, the birthday celebrations continued, and it wouldn't be a birthday without some bubbles and some silly hats. Nor would it be a birthday without a celebration dinner. We're going to hike the anchor up in a sec and keep our fingers crossed.
We may get 10 knots of wind today.
Let's see if we get some wind. The Hegs are out of bed.
Yes, eventually.
Ta-da!
Very tired. Just had a nice.
Beautiful morning. They missed the sunrise. We've done all the beautiful morning stuff hours ago when we had
Just
now a beautiful morning for us.
Just had a nice cup of tea. This is my first mate, Robson Birch.
I'm still learning.
We picked him up from Whangarei. I think we should have left him there.
So when are we doing the big turn then?
Just up here. We're going to coin left.
Just appears a technical term.
We're going to coin left as you see up in Geordie Land.
Tell us about the bees, Joe.
Oh, they get very tired. We've had a lot of them on the boat recently, so we give them only the best. Agave syrup, the sugar, but this one's, normally they have a big drink of this and then they get enough energy to fly off. This one's pretty tired, isn't he? I hope he's going to be alright.
Yeah, he's been hanging around all day.
We've been trying to get him onto the spoon.
He's pretty chill now.
Thursday morning, another stunner. What are you up to, Bobbity Birch?
I'm finalising all the lists for our provisioning while enjoying the weather.
While enjoying it this beautiful day. Mummy Kids is on the back. Having had breakfast. Daddy Kids is at the helm. After a peaceful night in the beautiful Whangarei Bay, we continued our journey north. The weather was beautiful and the winds were very light. But as we passed Cape Brett, the famous lighthouse and the hole in the rock, we finally managed to hoist the sails. We made our way slowly towards the beautiful Bay of Islands and dropped anchor at Urupukapuka Island in Paradise Bay. So Mummykins, thank you. We came in and we anchored, and then we hiked our anchor up to come a bit closer in. And who was in charge of all of that?
Well, with a bit of help from my friend.
No, who was in charge of all of that?
Me.
And I have to say an excellent job was done.
Thank you.
And we are now anchored in this beautiful bay.
It is, it's beautiful, isn't it?
For Friday. There's a bit of a blow coming through, but it's we're surrounded by lovely nature. and firmly dug into the ground, thanks to this lady here. That was good work.
Thank you.
It's always embarrassing when you're on camera and you can't start the engine, isn't it, darling? Pelican's first ever trip to the beach in the dinghy. Mind you don't trip over the shoes on the way out, and I shall give you a hand to get in.
We're off for a jolly to the beach.
Thanks, doesn't get much closer than that.
On my shoulder, Caroline.
Hang on,
Yeah, just sit.
Can I sit?
There you go. Well, stand in, you don't have to sit on the seat.
Right.
Hey, Lordy.
Enjoy. Rapture, rapture.
Shoes. Bye. So Princess Hegarty is in the dinghy. Here, allow me, madam. There we are.
Signified on it.
Ta-da! There's a black marker ahead. That's that marker there.
Yeah.
You're keeping that to starboard. You're not skirting it. We don't need to get a yogurt off the back. You're just literally, you need to just be this side of it.
Aye, it's a hard life being a sailor.
An exciting surfing. Roberton Island. DT sitting out there. And we are going to have a little hike.
To the park. Right, I've got my safety shoes on.
Safety jangles. Let's go. Motuarohia Island is rich in both Maori and European history. In 1769, Captain Cook anchored the Endeavour in what is now known as Cook's Cove. In 1839, it became known as Roberton Island when it was purchased by John Roberton, a former whaling ship captain. He was killed in a boating accident less than a year later, and his wife Elizabeth and an employee, Thomas Bull, farmed the island. In 1841, the island's peace was shattered by a brutal mass murder. Maketu Whare Totara worked on the Robertsons' farm. After suffering abuse by Thomas Bull, he killed him, Elizabeth Roberton, her 2 young children, and Isabella Bryant, who worked for the Robertons. He was convicted of the murder and hanged on the 7th of March in 1842. He was the first person to be legally hanged in New Zealand. How was your drive over here?
It was really good, yeah. First mate, it went very well, yes. I'm pleased I parked the bus all right.
Yes, I think you did jolly well. And the chief anchor dropper, I don't know where she's gone.
Oh, she did.
Rob's getting the dinner on. All is well with the world.
Yep.
What are you making, Robbie?
I'm making a broccoli bowl, and I've just had a cashew nut and I'm choking. We've just made some new longer Dyneema lifting strops for the dinghy. So I'm taking the old ones off, which are just a normal braided rope, and connecting these. Hopefully my calculations are correct, and we'll then be able to use our safety strops up here that I've also made out of Dyneema, and with the bigger tube and the slightly different depth of the dinghy, we've had to make some adjustments.
Under the scrutiny of Daisy and Donald over there.
Daisy and Donald, the hungry
I've
ducks.
come in because Dr. Doolittle Hegarty's been chucking the moats this morning. The weather may have been getting cooler, but it was fine and clear. We were being treated to some spectacular sunsets, and it was worth braving the evening chill just to watch them. Anchor bringing up, Timor on the front. I've got
the driving team here.
Dan on the helm.
And what are we doing?
We're moving from Opua Bay to, with all this, a bit of a debate on how it's pronounced. It's spelled P-O-M-A-R-E. So Whangarei, possibly? Pamar? Who knows, but that's what we're doing.
Just south of Russell, basically.
Yes.
Bay of Islands.
Moving closer and closer to Opua.
Marvellous. How's life on the ocean wave, Carol?
It's wonderful, absolutely wonderful.
Another blustery, gusty day, isn't it?
Yes, it's really blowing a hoolie, isn't it? Yes. The woolly hats for the sun protection, not for the cold.
And we're going to go and fill our gas bottles and pop into Countdown.
Yep.
That's the plan anyway. Lovely day, eh?
Beautiful.
Right,
Beauty.
let's chonk on out. We left Dave on the beach just down there, literally like 100 yards away. Rob's over in the Caltex filling up the 2 LPG bottles, and I am popping over to the very conveniently located Countdown. Not going to carry a lot, but just maybe get some fresh bits and pieces for dinner, because we've had the Oaks on board for 2 weeks and we're getting a bit low on fresh stuff, so might as well top up while we're here. It was great fun having my mum and dad on board. Our evenings had settled into a routine. Watch the sunset, enjoy dinner together, and then the Mexican train dominos came out. Not that it was a competition or anything.
Okay. Hey, cool. Hey, we're good.
Yeah, so Caltex pretty much told us the bottles weren't certified for New Zealand, which of course they are. They refused to fill them, so we had to go back to the boat. I rang head office, didn't get a response. I rang head office again this morning. I looked on the WorkSafe New Zealand website, looked up our bottle numbers, which said yes, absolutely, they were certified to be filled in New Zealand. So head office made a call to the Caltex station, and Caltex very generously agreed to refill our bottles if we brought them back in. So just be warned, everybody that might sail into Opua or the surrounding area, if you want your LPG filled, you might be best to get it filled before you come into Paia, because the Waitangi Caltex station are not particularly accommodating when it comes to refilling LPG bottles. We pointed Double Trouble back towards the Bay of Islands marina. The Bay of Islands had been a perfect cruising ground, and we had explored many of the beautiful coves and bays. However, it was time for my parents to head home. We enjoyed one last evening together on board before waving them goodbye the following day. Thank you for watching. Join us next time as we make the final preparations for our 1,000 nautical mile journey northwards across the South Pacific towards Tonga. We'd love it if you subscribe to our channel. You can click on the bell icon below to be notified of future episodes. If you enjoyed this episode, then please give us a thumbs up below and feel free to leave a comment.